And now, live in studio, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
Yes, here we are again, another day. Committed to being your consumer advocate. It's all about you, helping you, our radio family, our TV show family out there. We want to help you with your buying decisions, serving the community almost 7 years now as your consumer advocate. So it's the Consumer Quarterback Show. We're 4 o'clock drive time right here on AM 860, The Answer Daily. Got a weekend show on FM 102.5 The Bone on Sunday mornings. Make sure you tune us in. Check us out there. As well as our TV show now. You can find us, of course, on WeBeam TV, but also Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, Roku, Sony TV, and 85 other smart television outlets just by searching Binge Networks. If you search that network, you will find us, Binge Networks. You'll find the Consumer Quarterback Show on your smart televisions out there as well. Follow us online at Brandon Rhymes 1 on Instagram and Twitter, and the Consumer Quarterback Show pages on Facebook. We've got awesome content on our YouTube channel as well. Just finished a TV show with Warwick Dunn Charities for the American Dream television show. And we got a big event coming up in January as well. Ken Shamrock coming into town Wednesday, January 8th. Save that date. Mark that on your calendar. Also, this year, we're throwing a little loop in. We've got Tampa's own Antonio Tarver coming in as well. So we're going to have 2 champions in the ring, and it's just going to be a networking event. There's no fighting there. It's just just going to be talking about business, talking about networking, talking about life and some of the life lessons and success that they've learned. So Ken Shamrock, if you don't know him, he's a UFC Hall of Famer in that sport, multiple championships he's won, and also went into the WWF back in the day when it was called the WWF. Now it's called WWE. And then also Antonio Tarver, he's from Tampa, and he is a 5-time champion as well. So going to have a lot of fun with that. Raising money, first of all, most importantly, we're raising money for the wounded warriors, the folks that have served our nation, and they are wounded. They got hurt in battle. And these are people that we're raising money for. So it's a charitable event. All the proceeds are going to the Wounded Warriors. That's Wednesday, January 8th. Save the date. The location is to be determined, but we think we've got the spot in Clearwater now. But it's going to be a great time. It's going to be a lot of fun and some great networking and connections and meet and greets with the 2 champions as well here as well. Now, this is Intelligent Talk Radio. We've got some intelligent folks here in studio, and we're going to introduce you right now to our expert contributor panel. Easy for me to say there. All right, we got Thomas King in the house, Florida Firearms Academy. Welcome in, sir.
How you doing? Ken Shamrock, he's like legend, man. He's almost as big as Alan here.
Yeah,
right? But I'm glad to see we all survived Black Friday, Cyber Super Saturday, Cyber Monday, all that stuff. So glad to be here today.
Yeah, hey, thanks for coming in. Florida Firearms Academy, longtime friend of the program, FFAtampa.com. We got Master Sergeant H.L. Allen, retired military. Welcome in, sir.
Thank you very much. Being that we get ready to start the Christmas holidays, guess what? Till for identity theft.
Just that time of year.
It's that time of year, and that's the main thing is being careful with your information.
Yeah.
Tis the
time
season.
of year.
That's what the word I'm looking for.
Tis the season
for
identity. You got the
theft.
lighting. You got you're celebrating Jesus' birthday. We got all these things happening, Hanukkah, and but it's also identity theft time.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Scam time.
Scam time.
Oh,
Be careful. Yeah. Absolutely. And we've got Jannete Sawdon. Welcome in. Hey. Febre Frameworks.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yes.
It's been like a year since
I've been
in here. Yeah.
Yeah, you took a little time off. I think you had something important going on, I heard.
I did. I had a child.
Oh, congrats.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's very cool.
Thank you. So yeah, 3 months old and back at it. So I'm here, mom and working.
Very cool. All right, good stuff. Yeah, great real estate photography. They're doing other types of photography now as well. Sean and Manny Febre, you've heard on the show, as well as Gary Schofield's been on the show, and Jannete, of course, several times as well. So Febre Frameworks, the official real estate photographer of the Consumer Quarterback Show, and they do a lot of our properties at Platinum MVP Team at Keller Williams Realty. And we got a couple of hot listings to give you an example of what they've done for us. Some of these beautiful photography that we've done is let's look at 861 Mandalay Avenue on Clearwater Beach. This is a gorgeous beach property, and I'm surprised it's still available. I mean, we priced it below the comps. The comparables on this property comp it out around $750,000. We got it listed at $699. Wow. And it's 200 steps from the beach. This is an awesome opportunity to own a beach property. You're literally 200 steps from the sugar sands and dolphin-filled waters of North Clearwater Beach. 861 Mandalay Avenue, Clearwater Beach. 2-bedroom, 2-bath property. And that's my favorite part if you're watching our TV show. Yeah, it's like a cool entertaining area. It's a bar. It's got a lounge there, the electronics. Just a gorgeous opportunity to own real estate right on Tampa Bay's. Again, we're spoiled. Sometimes I forget to say it. The number one beach in the world.
Seriously.
And it's a battle every year between Clearwater Beach, St. Petersburg Beach, and then you got communities like Dunedin right in the middle. I mean, this is the best place. We actually live in the greatest city, Tri-City area in the country here in beautiful Tampa Bay. And let's do one more property real quick. 4348 Harbor Point Drive. This property here is it's a $2 million asset. This is a $2 million home, 6,700 square feet at Harbor Point Drive in Port Richey. Now, bring your boat. You got bay access. Go fishing and enjoy the beautiful Tampa Bay lifestyle. Now, ultra high security as well. If you are a CEO level or a VIP, you're buying a property like this, $2 million, you want security. You got 2 gates of security guard gates that you got to get through before you're even on the road. Wow. So check out 4348 Harbor Point Drive, Port Richey. Let your realtor know that you'd like to see that property, and we'll set up a private showing for you of our real estate properties. And for all of our listings, you can check out PlatinumMVPTeam.com. PlatinumMVPTeam.com. Somewhere sunny and 75. All right, Thomas King's in the house. Florida Firearms Academy. We talk about gun safety. We talk about concealed carry, self-defense. And where do you want to start today, Thomas?
A lot of classes that we do. Of course, we're a shooting range, and we're an academy, and we're an FFL SOT dealer, so we also customize our own firearms. But I just want to shout out to all my employees out there. This week, I was not in Florida, but they did the Black Friday sale. Unbelievable how many people have to work for this and how long and the hours and how crazy it is, because people they'll sleep out there for 5 nights in tents and camps, and it is crazy. So, I just want to say thanks to all the people that work so hard on that, and hopefully everyone got an amazing, great deal. But the one thing that we're actually looking at right now that so many people, or actually ladies, have been coming up to us asking us about our all-women's tactical class. This is one of the 40 classes that we do, but it has become so popular now that we are going to probably do a day class with this as well. And what that is you're going to, a lot of the ladies, it's usually the same group of ladies that come, but there's a lady shooting team that's starting up right now because we just did a kid shooting team. But the lady shooting team is where you're going to learn about recoil. Of course, you're going to learn how to hold, load, aim, and shoot a firearm correctly, but you're going to learn about recoil management. You're going to learn about trigger control, about reset control, how to actually shoot a firearm on target. And the problem that I have with telling people that they can do this after they learn it, they always tell us, no way, not at all. I'll let you know that you could shoot 4 to 6 shots on target in 1 second. And they always say, there's no way I can possibly do that. But at the end of the class, they're actually doing it because all they have to do is be taught correctly and know how to do it correctly. So it's actually really fun for these people, the ladies that come out and they have a good time. So it's a fun thing for us, but this is just one of the classes that we offer right now.
Yeah, the classes are awesome. The staff is so super friendly and knowledgeable, nice folks coming in there. And we talk about it also, Thomas, from a perspective of a consumer advocate. Because we think so many times people just, they gloss over the news. They see that there was a robbery, a bank got robbed, another house invasion. But there's a lot of stuff that happens that you guys find out about it because you're so entrenched into the retired military, the police, the sheriff's department, the fire departments. Those folks are coming in and sharing some not so happy stories in a lot of cases, right?
They're coming in to purchase a firearm, to get training, to learn how to use a firearm because something happened to them. I guarantee you this, if you ask anyone that you know, have you ever had a burglary, a break-in, a robbery, somebody try to get in your car, something, I guarantee you're going to know it. At least half the people have. So,
or know of somebody who has.
Yeah. Right. I live it was rated the #1 neighborhood in Florida. And you know what? Now that I've talked to everyone on my street, almost every single person has had some kind of attempted robbery or burglary or in their car. So that's the safest neighborhood, too. I don't know why, but it's happening, and it's happening everywhere. Well, we know why, because the police tell us why. There's gangs out there now that live in our backyard, so that's the scary part. So they're coming in to learn about their safety. They're going to learn about how to use a firearm correctly and safely, and that's what actually Alan's going to talk about, too, as well, is what you're going to need if you do own a firearm, and I highly suggest any kind of insurance if you own a firearm. It's very important. So if you use it in any kind of defense, even in your home, you're going to make sure that you're not going to lose your house, your car, everything in your banking account just because you needed to protect yourself or your family.
You know, I'm on your Facebook page right now, and I mean, you've got events this week starting on, you know, the Thursday. You've got a 6 o'clock class, introductory to AR-15s. On Friday, you've got Fun Fathers Friday,
right.
9 o'clock on Friday. Saturday, you got a class on concealed weapons permit, basic pistol. I mean, there's a lot of things to get involved
Today's shotgun class. Yeah, we also do private classes. So if you don't see the time you like or whatever, you can check through 14 different instructors, pick the one that you actually like or that you know very well, and just set up a private class.
Yeah, that sounds really cool. I like that. And what do you think's driving a lot of these break-ins, these burglaries? Is it the epidemic of opioids and those types of things, people trying to get their fix?
I think that's a big problem with it right now. In society, a lot of people realize, you know what, wow, I don't have to work and I can make a lot of money not working. Mm-hmm. So once they get involved with these gangs too, they have to hit so many houses. And that's the scary part. And they're using these little kids to do it. And they're getting these kids at your schools, at the mall, and they're getting them by saying, hey, here's some cool Nikes. Here, let's get high. Let's party together.
Yep.
But once they get them, they got them. And there's no way to really get out. And they're going to threaten, if you try, we're going to kill your family. And that's the scary part. So there's classes for this. You should get let your kids know about these things that are happening and how to not avoid all these kind of gang relations.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, stay with us right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. When we come back, more from our expert contributors here in studio. We got Master Sergeant H.L. Allen coming up. We're going to talk about identity theft. This is something you don't want to miss. Legal Shield as well. And we've got Febre Frameworks in the house as well coming up after that. So stay with us right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. When we come back, we got a feel-good story of the day as well. Kenya installs the first solar plant that transforms ocean water into clean drinking water. Stay with us right here. Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
Thanks for listening to My Daddy's Show. For more information, go to consumerqb.com.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, this week we're going to talk about something exciting as usual.
We always have something exciting.
Yes, we do.
At least it's exciting to us.
But this is a question that comes up.
TV, hey, it is Friday night. We're not here. This was pre-recorded once again because WeBeam TV is working over in Tampa with Dancing with the Stars.
62 Who Knew. I almost said Professional Mortgage Alliance Joe's Bar and Grill, but actually it's our 39th week. 62 Who Knew.
We're at the wonderful steampunk event at the Verizon Event Center here in 2019. I think it's still August, right? Yep. Woo! Can't remember it.
Yes. To be able to help businesses to do that part of it. But it's just been a couple years.
Well, and I've taken the business card files from our business cards. See?
Entrepreneurs and professionals of Tampa Bay, welcome to your hour for getting the information, the tools, and the connections for
Battles on Radio Influence.
Or you say left hand white, and then they catch the left hand white. What it does, it helps you quick with hand-eye coordination. Yeah.
Well, that's kind
As your super connector, we want to introduce you to our 50-plus show partners. We got over 80 categories of expert contributor advice here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, and we want to.
That's where we disagree, but that's okay.
I said nonviolent.
That's okay.
Because, you know, we're one of the only states that don't give them back the right. Got Jamie Limbaugh. He is from the Next Step image. I love that image because you were telling me earlier.
For the type of republic we actually are is actually very correct. Yet politicians and regular people use these words interchangeably, even though technically they are very different.
you're an overdoer, overachiever, people pleaser, we tend to neglect ourselves. And even as Sisters Connected here, with Women Unscripted, I know
listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
Welcome back. Brandon Rhymes here, your host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, giving a big shout out to Infinity Medical Institute. And they are online at infinitymedicalinstitute.com. And over 10 years in the business, they've successfully treated over 40,000 patients. And they are the leading experts in bio-natural hormone replacement therapy right here in Tampa Bay on West Shore Boulevard. And they've got some exclusive options, pellet hormone therapy as well. And they can help you with weight loss. They help with low T therapy, cosmetic services such as Botox, improved sexual wellness, increased energy. They tell me they've got stem cells coming very soon as well. And they have, of course, weight loss plans. So check out Infinity Medical Institute. Let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you, and check them out online, infinitymedicalinstitute.com. Just by mentioning that you're a fan of the Consumer Quarterback Show, they're going to take extra special care of you there, and let them know that the Real Estate Quarterback sent you. And every day we're going to tell you something positive here. We got a feel-good story coming up later in the show. But I've got a couple of hot listings I'm going to let you know about for this segment on the show. 5822 Schooner Way in Tampa. This is another waterfront beauty that we've got. This property is 2-story. You got a huge lanai as well. Large pool, pavers all around it with bay access. You're on a freshwater lake or canal with a lake, and then you got bay access. So you can boat to dinner from this property. 5822 Schooner Way in Tampa. It's in Bayport, in that Bayside area of Town and Country. And we also have some vacant land available here in Tampa Bay at 15676 Mahoney Drive in Spring Hill. Now, this property, it's a large parcel of land at Mahoney Drive in Spring Hill. It's close to 9 acres, I believe, and you got an opportunity to build in Spring Hill, Florida, 15676 Mahoney Drive in Spring Hill. All right, we're back here in studio. Our goal is to help you win as your consumer advocate. So now we're going to talk identity theft prevention, legal shield, identity shield, as well with Master Sergeant H.L. Allen. All right, welcome back in, sir.
Thank you.
All right, so this is the time of year. People are doing more and more online transactions. They're swiping that card. They're buying groceries, gas, all types of stuff. So you're saying it's that time of year where they're really opened up to identity theft?
Oh, yeah. In fact, what we like to say, it tilts the season for identity theft. Because right now, a lot of folks are doing spending, whether they're going online, whether they're going to a store, whether they're going to a gas station. They're doing a lot of spending. And what I would suggest, if you're going to use that credit card every day, check your account, check your status, see what's going on. Because with identity theft, you're guilty to proven innocent. And it's $1 billion crime, so it's not going anywhere. Yep. And a lot of parents doesn't realize it, but their kids' information is also out there. Yep. And what I suggest, make sure you have something in place for your kids, because with identity theft, it's ongoing, and you're guilty to proven innocent. Yeah. And I've been a victim of identity theft. Being a veteran, VA, we got attacked some time ago, Office of Personnel Management. So no one is safe from identity theft. A lot of folks say, well, it's not going to happen to me. If someone get my information, guess what? They're going to basically make it improve. No, that's not the case, because imagine you become a victim of identity theft. You're on your way somewhere and you get pulled up by law enforcement. Guess what? You're going straight to jail. It's not going to be so funny then. Wow. Had this one gentleman, he actually came from a meeting and he got pulled over. And when he got pulled over, the gentleman actually knew him. So he ran his tag and everything. And when he ran his tag, he had a warrant out for his arrest. Wow. And thank God he had legal shield, because he was able to get his turned on the telephone right away. And that's a good thing about having our benefit, because anytime you have identity theft issues, it's going to turn to a legal issue. And it happens very fast. Yeah, it can. Oh, yeah. And then now all of a sudden you got to start going through your phone, your Rolodex, and finding out, who's my attorney? What attorney am I going to call? Right. So under this program, you're saying that we've got opportunity here. It says to access to over 900 dedicated lawyers and 4,300 partner lawyers throughout the country. And that's a good thing about it. Not only, we're in Florida, we're in all 50 states. and Canada, and we're finna get ready to go to England. So it's a nationwide company because what we do realize that attorneys are very expensive. In fact, attorneys are so expensive, a lot of them can't afford themselves. That's why they get a legal shield plan because we talking about anywhere from $200 to $400 an hour. Who can afford that?
Yeah.
The average person can't afford that. But with a legal shield membership, that come in handy. That save you a ton of money.
Yeah, it can, and that's a situation where you also have documents that you can get prepared through these system as well. Document preparation, including wills, living wills, health power of attorney.
Oh yeah, and see with the will, 7 out of 10 Americans don't have a will. And here's what I know about the will: if you don't have a will, the state of Florida has one for you, and you're not going to like that. So it's just good to have a will in place because you have some families that they don't even speak to each other no more because it wasn't a will in place.
Yeah.
So. And the good thing about it, if you're married, your spouse get a will too. So that's something that's taken care of. I mean, will is very expensive.
Yeah.
So a lot of folks can't afford them, but with Legal Shield, you get a will.
Yeah, advanced medical directives.
Yes,
Those different types of medical directives. If something were to happen and you end up in the hospital, you're sitting there just the bank account's draining.
Right.
The person's in a position where they're probably not going to come out of it. We've seen it happen with, the most publicized was Terry Schiavo years ago. Remember that one? I mean, it was a family feud. And then the other things that happen is, mom promised me that ring and I'm supposed to get that piece of real estate.
Right.
So all these different things can happen. So we're talking with Master Sergeant H.L. Allen, retired military.
Yes.
Again, thank you for your service. We appreciate all that you did and that our military's out there. You remember those deployed right now, of course, as well. Legal Shield, ID Shield. So if you want to take up an offer, so we have a consultation. You have a situation where you can sit down, explain to someone, meet for coffee. Reach out to our consumer advocate hotline. You can text Legal Shield to 813-670-7372. Just text identity theft prevention or Legal Shield to our hotline, 813-670-7372. And we're going to put you in touch with Master Sergeant H.L. Allen. Now, tell us about what that looks like if you do a consultation with someone.
Basically, when I'm sitting down with a person, I try to make 10 to 15 minutes. Basically, I cover everything that we do. Unlimited telephone calls, unlimited. I mean, you can pick up telephone and you call an attorney, and you're not going to have to worry getting a bill. And a few years ago, it would take them 8 hours to call you back, but now they call you back within 4 hours. And we have attorneys that specialize in almost any area law that you can think of.
Yeah.
So we take it that area. You get a speeding ticket. Still, we don't just because you have legal shield doesn't give you a right to speed. But if you do get a speeding ticket, we have attorneys to represent you in court. And that's just one area. How many times have we signed a contract that we know we've signed? We even have attorneys that look at the contract for you.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
that's 15
big.
pages.
That's big for a lot of self-employed folks out there, small business owners, entrepreneurs. There's those situations where you go into business with someone, they might be a friend or a friend of a friend, and you think you know them, think you know the deal, but then they present with you with this contract, and then if you don't have a set of legal eyes looking at that contract, you're vulnerable.
Exactly, and it happens all the time because we always say the small print take it, but the other way around. But basically, if you don't know what you're reading, you need to have an attorney to look at it because a lot of time we're not attorneys, so we don't know what we're looking at. But we have attorneys to look at that contract. They can tell you yes, it's a good contract. No, it's not. In fact, we have had people to go purchase a vehicle, and they find out, hey, I shouldn't be paying this amount for the car, and they have an attorney to look at it. They're able to save money.
Yeah.
So that's the main thing in having an attorney to look at those issues for you and stuff because that's give you a peace of mind knowing that, hey, if I don't know what I'm looking at, I got someone to take a look at it for me.
And I like the website too, myattorney365.com.
Yes.
So that's the website, myattorney365.com. And from there, it's going to have a lot of information. And you're the local rep here in the Tampa Bay market, so you can meet with folks and talk about how they can have all these advantages. It seems like there's just a lot of advantages to the Legal Shield.
It is. In fact, as soon as the person an individual get the membership, they have access to over 400 vendors. We talking about Verizon, we talking about AT&T, we talking about Southwestern Airlines, we talking about IHOP. That's just to name a few. But as soon as you get the membership, you're able to start using those vendors right away. And the good thing about it now, once you get that membership, you're able to download on your phone. So you can start. And we're in the Christmas holiday. If you want to save a lot of money, this membership will definitely help you save a lot of money.
And here's something that you see happen a lot. Happy family, they're married. The divorce rate's over 50% now. But there's actually an uncontested separation and uncontested divorce. Representation available through this as well.
That's correct.
So that saves you thousands right there.
$1,000, right. Because, like you say, divorce can be very expensive, can be very stressful. But by you having an attorney, you may pick up the telephone, call an attorney and say, hey, what are my rights? And whatever area that is, we have some attorneys in that area. And the good thing about it, you're going to get a discount.
Yeah, and here's something as well. If you just joined us, I'm talking with Master Sergeant H.L. Allen, retired military here, and he's a Legal Shield rep here in the area. Residential loan document services. So if you're looking at a refinance, you're looking at maybe a purchase, this program will allow you to have that reviewed by an attorney, just to make sure there's nothing that's out of the ordinary.
That's correct. In fact, what I was meant to say earlier, the bold print give it, but the small print take away. Those little small things in the contract that you overlook, guess what? Those are things that come back and bite you.
I like that. The bold print giveth, the small print taketh away.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, that sounds like some biblical terms almost. Yeah, that's a good way to put it though, because that small print and then also the radio version of that. When you hear these radio stations out there, it's the real fast, at the end of the commercial.
Yep.
It's very similar. The fast talk takes it away in that position, right?
Yeah. True. Very true.
That's right. All right. Well, stay with us right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. We'd love to help you out with anything that you're looking at, buying, selling, investing in real estate. If you're thinking about consumer advocacy, we have over 80 categories of consumer advocate content and advice here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. The website is consumerqb.com, and you guys know our number by now, but we want to help you with all of those decisions. And when we come back, we're going to have Febre Frameworks talk about some real estate photography, staging opportunities as well. And Kenya installs first solar-powered plant that transforms ocean water into clean drinking water in our feel-good story of the day. ConsumerQB.com.
Hey, I'm Ken Shamrock, and you're here with Consumer Quarterback Show. And I say, Brandon Rhymes, knock out your competition.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at ConsumerQB.com.
All right, this week we're going to talk about something exciting as usual.
We always have something exciting.
Yes, we do.
At least it's exciting to us.
But this is a question that comes up.
TV, hey, it is Friday night. We're not here. Yes, we pre-recorded once again because WeBeam TV is working over in Tampa with D'Angelo Star.
The 62 Who Knew. I almost said Professional Mortgage Alliance, Joe's Bar and Grill, but actually it's our 39th week. 62 Who Knew.
We're at the wonderful steampunk event at the Verizon Event Center here in 2019. I think it's still August, right? Yeah. Woo! Can't remember anymore.
To be able to help businesses to do that part of it. But it's just been a couple years.
Well, and I've taken the business card files from our business card.
Entrepreneurs and professionals of Tampa Bay, welcome to your hour for getting the information, the tools, and the connections
Ian
for
Beckles on Radio Influence.
Or you say left-hand white, and then they catch the left-hand white. What it does, it helps you quick with hand-eye coordination.
Well, that's kind
As you're super connected, we want to introduce you to our 50-plus show partners. We got over 80 categories of expert contributor advice here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, and we want to.
That's where we disagree, but that's okay.
I said nonviolent.
That's okay.
Because, we're one of the only states that don't give them back the right. Got Jamie Limbaugh. He is from the Next Step image. I love that name because you were telling me earlier.
For the type of republic we actually are is actually very correct. Yet politicians and regular people use these words interchangeably, even though technically they are very different.
If you're an overdoer, overachiever, people pleaser, we tend to neglect ourselves. And even as Sisters Connected here, with Women Unscripted, I know.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here, your host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. My wife and I own and operate our team at Keller Williams, and we are recruiting agents right now. We're interviewing a select few agents that might be interested in potentially joining our team, harnessing the power of our radio and TV show model, where we help our sellers maximize the exposure on the sale of their real estate properties. And we got a hot property here at 216 North Spring Boulevard in Tarpon Springs. Now, this is a gorgeous opportunity to own a piece of real estate. Beautiful home here in Tarpon Springs. You've got the walkability where you can walk to the downtown areas of Tarpon Springs, the Epiphany, all of the cool things that Tarpon Springs offers. Great opportunity. Owners motivated. And check out that beautiful photography compliments of Febre Frameworks, the official real estate photographer of the Consumer Quarterback Show. All right, we got 1810 Citrus Hill Lane in Palm Harbor. This is another gorgeous home. This is a nice family-style home in Palm Harbor, and it is a pool home with a screened-in lanai, fenced-in backyard, lots of upgrades throughout the home. Now, the owner is he's a master plumber, so he's got a no salt water filtration system on the home, and it's just a lot of updates in this property. Gorgeous home at 1810 Citrus Hill Lane, Palm Harbor, and all of our listings are available on our website at PlatinumMVPTeam.com. This segment is brought to you by Taps Restaurant, the official restaurant partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show, located at the International Plaza on Bay Street. And they offer a really cool outdoor patio seating area, and your dogs are welcome. So bring your furry friends to the mall next time you go and check them out at Taps. They've got the Burger Bar and Gastropub. Excellent beer on tap. They got the craft beers on tap as well. It's 2223 Northwest Shore Boulevard, right here in Tampa. The official restaurant partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show is Taps Restaurant and Bar over at the International Plaza. Great ambiance, very friendly staff, and the excellent food. Very good food. Burgers are amazing. The fish dishes are excellent as well. And I highly recommend Taps Restaurant. Now, make sure you give them a call. Let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you, and take them up on special offers and incentives just by mentioning that you're a fan of the Consumer Quarterback Show. All right, let's talk with Jannete Sawdon here, Febre Frameworks. So when you think about real estate, a lot of times it's the new first impression because, you know, that internet has kind of taken over, right? So that first impression with the photography is so key.
Videography, which is huge now. That's what you need in order to sell a home is great photography, and we're here for you.
Yeah. Yep. So the photography, it's come a long ways over the years, right? Now a lot of the editing, the wide angle lenses, it really gives you a better glimpse into each room.
Exactly. And you know, editing is really what's key here. We try to make all of our photos look realistic. You know, we don't want to make them look fake or super HDR. We want to actually show you what, you know, the great features of the property.
Yep.
You know, with subtle brightness and just make it look as natural as possible, which is, I think, big in real estate photography, because you can go to a home and you're like, that's not what the photos, you know.
Yeah.
The photos are fake, and you know, we gave you good photos though.
That's good photos, right? Yeah. So yeah, I think sometimes people do get thrown off by that. What's the main feedback you see in those situations? Is it just the size of the room or the lighting in the room? Like what's different there?
It's when the editing goes just a little too. It does it a little bit too much in the editing. It's just really HDR. Just a little too. I don't know how to explain it.
And when you say HDR, that's high definition resolution.
Right.
Okay.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
So just a little bit too much of that. You know, where everything just looks way too sharp and just the colors are off and everything. So. Yeah. But we bring it back. We want to give you natural looking photos, you know, and at least with the wide angle lens, we show you what the room actually looks like, you know.
Yeah, exactly. And you get you get that view, and then you kind of look at, you know, you have to see them in person to really get the full feel of the rooms. But this is your eye in the sky, so to speak, especially when you think about the drones.
Oh my gosh, those drones! And can you imagine right now flying those drones in this weather?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you fly them?
No, I don't. I don't fly them. I train the guys that fly them, but I don't personally. I'm too scared. I'm nervous I'm going to get it stuck in a tree or something. I mean, it happens very often.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah.
But yeah, those drones are fantastic, especially when you have those waterfront properties, or a home on a conservation, or tons of land. Yep. Even we've had a lot of clients come to us when they have like roof inspections, or legal purposes, like with businesses, if they need to take photos of the property for legal purposes, they come to us as well for that. Yeah. So. Yeah, like there's a lot of useful purposes for a drone.
Flying those drones, you think about back in the day, you're a kid, you're playing the video games. You're never going to make anything with those video games. What are you doing? But it's very similar, right?
Yeah.
You're flying, you got a joy handle or joystick, so to speak, and then...
Exactly. And you can also fly it with your phone, which is pretty cool as well. Oh. Yeah, you have the remotes on your phone. You can just fly it.
And the MLS now allows 50 pictures. It used to be 25. They doubled it to 50.
Finally.
That's awesome.
I mean, they need to keep going with this, They've now started allowing virtual stage photos, which is fantastic. So you can save money at that point right there. Just come to us and we'll virtually stage the furniture into that vacant room. And you can post it on MLS, which I think is fantastic, and save money. You don't have to hire a stager.
I use that on expireds a lot of times too, especially if the property's, it's priced pretty close. It's not too overpriced like a lot of the expireds are.
Right.
But it's a good idea because you're allowed to at that point virtually stage as long as you disclose that these are virtually staged photography.
Exactly. And I think it's quick too. Like if you want a home that you want to sell, quickly, just get those photos virtually staged and get them back to you in less than 2 days, and you can put it right up on the market before the weekend.
Yeah, I love that. If you just joined us, we're talking with Jannete Sawdon, Febre Frameworks. She is with Febre Frameworks and online at febreframeworks.com, and it's Febre is Febre. Yeah,
Febre.
Febre Frameworks.
Not Febre. Febre.
Yeah, not ER. Yeah. So the real estate industry has changed. There's a battle going on right now. Keller Williams invested $1 billion into technology. That's why we're so glad to be with Gary Keller, who is the visionary in real estate. Years ago, he wrote the book Millionaire Real Estate Agent, which a lot of agencies model their businesses after that. So the $1 billion technology investment, artificial intelligence is built into a lot of the things that we're doing with our system called Command. But the battle is that I'm going back to that first impression. People are finding properties on the Z word. I don't even like to say it. Some of these other websites.
Right.
But when you look at the realtor being involved, the photography being that first impression, I think that's really where we're able to add value still. Once they see the property, they set up a time to go see it. That's where the agents are still going to be involved in the transactions.
Definitely. I can tell you a story. There's 2 homes right next to each other. I was a client that told me 2 homes next to each other. One had professional photography, us, and the other home they were both with realtors. Okay.
Yep.
The other home was cell phone photos.
Oh wow.
That other home went on the market 2 weeks before the home with the professional photography. The professional photography sold on the weekend.
Wow.
The other home without the professional photography sat on the market for 3 months.
Yeah. It's sad.
3 months. And that was a rehab property. So it wasn't like the home was trash or anything.
Was it renovated?
It was renovated. It was completely redone. And can you just imagine sitting that investor?
We all think we have the gift.
Lost?
I know.
Well, they save. It's ridiculous because they save a couple $100, or I think even packages are less with Febre.
Yeah.
$125 for some of the packages. I think.
Right. We're affordable.
Yeah, very affordable. So you save that little bit of money just by taking. And maybe it's a convenience factor. Somebody snap it with their phone, and at least if you're going to do it with your phone, turn your phone this way. Yeah. Turn your phone the horizontal picture wise. And my daughter was excited. She said, "Oh wow, this one has 3 cameras. I just got the new iPhone 11 Pro, whatever it is." But you're still not going to be able to get the angles and the editing and everything done that you can do with Febre Frameworks.
Right, and even with the new cameras, they have that ultra wide camera setting. Okay, which is comparable to our lens. I'll say that, but the editing is where it's going to get you.
Yeah.
Those ultra wide angles on the phone, the photos are dark.
Yep.
the photos are bended within, inside. Whereas if you hire a professional photographer, knows what we're doing, and we have professional lenses, your photos are not going to bend inside. The photos are going to look bright and clear, and you'll be able to see the home clearly. So I think that's important.
Excellent. I like it. Febre Frameworks. Check them out online, febreframeworks.com. Jannete Sawdon, long-time friend of the program. Good seeing you again. More from Jannete coming up in our lightning round. We're going to drop some knowledge in terms of our lightning round here coming up in the next segment. Top tips, nuggets of advice, words of wisdom. And we also have our feel-good story of the day coming out of Kenya. This is Kenya installs first solar plant that transforms ocean water into clean drinking water. Find out about that story and more from our expert contributors here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
This is Chris Voss, former FBI lead hostage negotiator and owner of the Black Swan Group, and you're listening to Consumer Quarterback Show hosted by my friend Brandon Rhymes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. Ian Beckles.
All right, this week we're going to talk about something exciting as usual.
We always have something exciting.
Yes, we do.
At least it's exciting to us.
But this is a question that comes up.
TV, hey, it is Friday night. We're not here. Yes, we pre-recorded once again because We Beam TV is working over in Tampa with Dancing with the Stars.
62 Who Knew. I almost said Professional Mortgage Alliance, Joe's Bar and Grill, but actually it's our 39th week. 62 Who Knew.
We're at the wonderful steampunk event at the Verizon Event Center here in 2019. I think it's still August, right? Yeah. Woo! Can't remember you. Ask an attorney about flooring law.
Yes. To be able to help businesses to do that part of it. But it's just been a couple years.
Well, and I've taken the business card files from our business card database.
Entrepreneurs and professionals of Tampa Bay, welcome to your hour for getting the information, the tools, and the connections
Ian
for
Beckles on Radio Influence.
Or you say left hand white, and then they catch the left hand white. What it does, it helps you quick with hand-eye coordination. Yeah.
Well, that's kind
As you're super connected, we want to introduce you to our 50-plus show partners. We got over 80 categories of expert contributor advice here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, and we want to.
That's where we disagree, but that's okay.
I said nonviolent.
That's okay.
Because, we're one of the only states that don't give them back the right. I've got Jamie Limbaugh. He is from the Next Step image. I love that image because you were telling me earlier.
For the type of republic we actually are is actually very correct. Yet politicians and regular people use these words interchangeably, even though technically they are very different.
If you're an overdoer, overachiever, people pleaser, we tend to neglect ourselves. And even as Sisters Connected here, with Women Unscripted, I know.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
And we're back. Brandon Rhymes here, your host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, reminding you to save the date, Wednesday, January 8th. We got an event coming up where we're bringing in 2 world champion fighters into the same ring. It's going to be a business networking style event. Going to be a meet and greet to meet Ken Shamrock and Antonio Tarver. The Wounded Warriors are going to be the benefiting charity for that as well. Wounded Warriors, the folks that have served our country and got wounded. So there's not many better causes than that. I know there's a lot of great causes out there, but Ken Shamrock going to be in town on Wednesday, January 8th. Save the date. UFC Hall of Famer, WWF legend, and also Tampa's own Antonio Tarver as well, 5-time world boxing champion, going to be in the house. The location is to be determined, but we will let you know. We're going to have an Eventbrite set up, of course, Facebook pages as well. So save that date, Wednesday, January 8th. Going to be something like 6 to 9 p.m. In the evening event as well. So we're here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, 4 o'clock drive time, AM 860 The Answer, weekend show on FM 102.5 The Bone. And you can find us on Apple TV, Amazon Fire TV, Roku, and 85 other outlets. We got Thomas King in the house, Florida Firearms Academy. We got Master Sergeant H.L. Allen, a Legal Shield, an ID Shield, and also Jannete Sawdon, Febre Frameworks here, coming up in our lightning round. But before we do, every day we're going to tell you something positive here in our feel-good story of the day.
Tell me something good.
All right, so we've got a little desalination talk here going on. Kenya installs first solar plant that transforms ocean water into clean drinking water. And this is from the Kenya that has been forced, the folks of Kenya have been forced to drink, cook, and bathe in contaminated brackish water for years. In 2018, Give Power, a nonprofit that provides solar energy solutions to regions that need it most, installed its first ever solar water farm, which has been providing clean water to 35,000 every single day. So the solar water farms turn the salt water in the Indian Ocean into clean drinking water, advanced through filtration systems. The main issue is that water plants cost a lot to run. However, solar plants have helped solve that issue. Give powers solar water and harvest solar energy using its solar panels. They are able to produce 50 kilowatts of energy power to water pumps that run 24 hours a day. Before their solar farm installation, the people of Kenya had to travel up to an hour each way a day just to get clean water. And Give Power has helped 35,000 people. Now, here's a quote. Just $20 provides clean, healthy, fresh water for one person for an entire decade. Give Power Foundation wrote on Instagram. That's pretty cool, man. $20 for a decade. But what an awesome story. Desalinization, I think we need more of those types of stories
this
around
costs
here.
more than $20 to use bottled waters, right?
Yeah, right. So there's our feel-good story of the day, helping you win in any marketplace. That's our goal. We want you to think about this show as the hub of your financial, your business, your health, will. Each one of those spokes extending out from that center hub, representing another one of our preferred partners, our on-air expert contributors, over 50-plus categories, 80 categories, rather, of consumer advocate content here. And we want to be your resource. ConsumerQB.com is the website. You can reach out through the website, ConsumerQB.com, or just save our hotline number, and any of our professionals, we will have you a direct connection to our expert contributors, 813-670-7372.
You used to call me on my cell phone.
Make sure you save that hotline number in your phone. At some point, you may need it. And this segment is brought to you by the Bilmar Beach Resort, the official hotel partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Is the Bilmar Beach Resort on beautiful Gulf Boulevard and Treasure Island. And I love visiting the beach and checking out the Bilmar Beach Resort. They've got 90% of the rooms overlooking the beach and the ocean there, or the Gulf of Mexico, rather. They have the standing ovations going on. Awesome opportunity to go hang out on the beaches. Check out the Bilmar Beach Resort. Let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you, and take them up on special offers and incentives just by mentioning that you're a fan of the Consumer Quarterback Show. All right, here we go. We're going to jump into our lightning round.
The lightning round.
I am so good at lightning rounds.
I majored in lightning rounds.
All right, here we go. Top tips, nuggets of advice, parting words of wisdom. Thomas King, Florida Firearms.
Well, I'd like to say that a lot of people in our community know, and this is what sets us aside, is we take a portion of our profits and we use it to fight for your rights, your Second Amendment rights, for the military, law enforcement, first responders, veterans, and we're on our donations. We employ military, law enforcement, first responder, and veterans, or there's people there that work there now that are trying to get into law enforcement or EMT or whatever it may be, firefighters. So we always support them, and that's what we love doing, is giving back to the community, helping them out. We are Florida Firearms Academy, and you can find us at ffatampa.com, or you can call us at 813-221-FIRE, or you can locate us at 13317 West Hillsborough Avenue in Tampa, and we're right between West Chase and the flea market over there.
Yeah, awesome. Check them out. Lots of classes going on. FFAtampa.com. All right, Master Sergeant H.L. Allen. Tell us a little bit of some nuggets of advice here, sir.
Tis the season for identity theft. A lot of people are going to be spending a lot of money, going to be using their credit card a lot. So here's what I suggest. Anytime you make a purchase with that credit card, make sure you go back and check your balance. Make sure in a location, whether it be in a supermarket, whether it be at the grocery store, whether it be at the mall, you need to be on top of those things, because if not, we have individuals that really would take advantage of it. Also, a program that we have called the Gun Supplement Program. Anytime a person have a weapon, they have to use that weapon, you need to be able to get in touch with your attorney. So that's a program that we offer. It's a very good program. And with the Legal Shield, a lot of folks are going to be on the road and stuff, so it just makes good sense. Just give you a peace of mind knowing that you have 24/7 access to your attorney, that you can get your will done, contract review, IRS issue, anything you need an attorney for, we get it done, plus for at a great price, $24.95. Let's give you a peace of mind.
I like that.
Yes.
That's good stuff, man. Jannete Sawdon, Febre Frameworks.
Yes, we are an affordable photography company. We're located in Tampa, Orlando, Jacksonville. Not only do we serve our agents around Tampa with real estate photography, but we also do weddings, headshots, food, anything, you name it, photography. Give us a call, 813-906-8300, and we are affordable.
Online at FebreFrameworks.com. All right, so I'm going to talk about goal setting. It's that time of year. Everybody's talking about goal setting. It's that time to write down your goals. First of all, you got to write them down to make them real. And then what happens is you get into a scenario where you got to determine what you should be doing, right? Like the 80-20 rule we talk a lot about, Pareto principle. What are you going to do now, right? So I was listening to Jay Papasan and Gary Keller, and they had something that they broke down. It's pretty cool. So a lot of times we hear some people say, someday I'm going to do this, or someday I'm going to be a millionaire, someday I'm going to have a family, whatever your goals are, right? It doesn't always have to be monetary. I think sometimes we fall into that route of, it's all success driven, it's all monetary, greed, that type of thing, right? But whatever that goal is, it could be a lot of different things. You have a someday goal, but then you break that down into, okay, I got a 5-year goal. Now, what do I have to do to reach my 5-year goal? Well, I've got to reach my 1-year goal, right? If I chunk it down, if I bring it down. So my 1-year goal is going to be next. And then from there, it comes into a monthly goal. If I'm in real estate, it might be, hey, I've got to take 5 new listings this month to generate the amount of sales and buyer leads that I need to close and to hit my income goals. And then from a monthly goal, you break it down to a weekly goal, right? So it sounds pretty simple here, right? Weekly goal gets broken down into a daily goal. What are you doing on a daily basis? And then that daily goal gets broken down into, what am I doing right now, right? So what's my right now goal? And I think that's, if you really think about it from that step as a rungs on a ladder, from each step of that ladder, as I'm getting up closer to the top, the pinnacle, the success that I'm trying to reach, each one of those steps are going to come into different goals, different things that you're going to be doing on a daily basis. Prospecting, lead generation. If you're in sales specifically, those are your key ideas. You're meeting certain people. You're going out to networking groups. So it really comes back to, what am I doing on a hourly basis, right? What am I doing this hour to drive that success, push that pendulum into the side of success for me and my business. So that's what we teach at Keller Williams Realty Platinum MVP Team. All right, let's do another round here. We got Thomas King in the house, Florida Firearms Academy. Give me another goal or tip that you would recommend.
I always tell everyone this, I would do everything and anything to protect my family. So make sure, whatever it may be, it may not be weapons, it may be jiu-jitsu, it may be mace, it may be something, but make sure you have training in it, make sure you understand it, and do everything you can to protect your family.
Yep, absolutely. I like that. And H.L. Allen, Master Sergeant H.L. Allen, retired.
What I always like to say, for us protecting your information, look at it as your goal, because if someone gets your information, they can damage your life. In fact, one lady, her information got compromised. She actually ended up taking her life. So it's just that stressful. So the main thing is stay on top of your legal side of the house, getting your will done, because here's what I know. If you don't get those things done, and something happened to you, you're going to regret it. You're going to regret it. Your family going to regret it. So the main thing is keeping that family together and looking out for them, looking out for the legal side of the house, looking also for identity theft side of the house for them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
A lot of confusion out there in the marketplace, and that's that's driving a lot of these types of scams that we see.
Oh, yeah.
The identity theft, those types of things, and then it's even more confusing when it comes to what do I do now?
Yeah.
My identity's been taken. I've got medical issues. The hospital won't see me because of the identity theft, or I get pulled over in a car accident. So I think it's just a confusing landscape for people, so they don't know where to start.
So true.
I think that's a key. Yeah. All right, let's do another round here. Jannete Sawdon, Febre Frameworks. Give me some more tips.
for any agent out there that's trying to reinvent their profile, come to us. Let's do a headshot first. Let's get your business cards updated for you, and then you can go out and start prospecting and lead generation with those new headshots.
Yeah, it's that time of year. Get rid of those 1995
those glamour shots.
Glamour shots, right?
From JCPenney.
Yeah, JCPenney. That's right. That's what you used to have to do. You go to Sears or something. And like, where do I get some headshots at?
The big hair.
Yeah, back in the day. Yeah. The big
doesn't
hair
have to
days.
just be studio headshots. We can go out to any waterfront, buy armature works. Yeah, just let us know.
Yeah, get creative with it. Utilize it. I always say too, like, think about your brand. What do you want your brand to be? People sometimes say, "Man, I see brand. You got your brand everywhere." But yeah, that is my brand. That's my logo. That I created that 7 years ago, and that's what I'm known for. So come up with something. Think about one of our friends is the flying realtor. I mean, that's a great idea. He's a pilot. He likes to fly. He flies down to the Keys and the Bahamas, helping out people with those. So think about your brand this time of year. Not only with your goal setting, because goal setting, you hear about it, it's kind of played out. I think people, and here's the thing with goals too, is people massively overestimate what they can do in 1 year. So they hurt themselves in a way because I'm going to do all this next year. No, set a 5-year goal, because then you underestimate what you can do in 5 years. So if you look back 5 years ago, what were you doing? Compare that to now. Wow, I did come a long ways. So I think the photo shots or the updated headshots, great idea. Goal setting, branding, it all goes hand in hand. This is the time to reinvent yourself and to solidify your brand.
Especially with social media.
That's right. Social media it's there. Content is king. We talk about that a lot. Hey, another great show. Thomas King, Master Sergeant H.L. Allen, Jannete Sawdon. Thanks so much for coming in. Thanks to our listeners, our viewers, our team out there putting the show together. And we want you to please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Pack up some food or clothing. Carry it with you to and from your commute. Hand it to that person that you see in need, and be a force for good in the community. We'll see you next time right here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
You've been listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Contact Brandon Rhymes at 813-670-7372. That's 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for the Consumer Quarterback Show.